It says, I spent $300. They better be lucky I didn't take the gold bowl and it matched my house. I should have now, looking back at the video. Shaking my goodness gracious, these people.
Completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary, classless. And this is why the fatigue is real. Even from people like me, the fatigue is very real. Yeah, this is Ruth Chris. You're going to go there, you're going to spend about $250 to $300, depending on what you order. Yes, everyone knows that. That's the price for dining at Ruth Chris. That's the price for dining at places like Del Frisco's, right? Well, Del Frisco's is actually more expensive, but that's what you are going to pay. We all know that walking in. Does it entitle us to extra stuff? Does it entitle us to go act out? Does it entitle us to now threaten to steal the candy holder? That's just what you're going to pay. Act like you know. If you don't want to pay that, you can spend $20. You can go to Sizzler and you can have a steak that you'll be chewing on for the rest of the day. Go ahead. It's $20. You'll be happy with that. But for Ruth Chris, you know you're going to spend a little bit more. Why would you go there and act out now? Why would you go there and now cause the management and the servers and the hostess to now look at you and everybody in your party like, yeah, here we go again. Here are these people again. Because that's what you're acting like. And then you're going to get mad when they treat you like that, even though you've been acting like that. Make it make sense. And now I'm just pissed because now I have to have secondhand embarrassment over this because they're going to treat me like they're going to treat you. And I don't act like you. I know how to go out and be civilized. I know how to go out and act like I've got some training. But because we share a melanin count, I'm going to now be treated like you. I mean, I don't act that way. That's what I'm more pissed about. I wish I could have a sign or a shirt or neon lights, something that says, I am not ignorant. I am not the cause for fatigue. I am not a hood rat that's going to go in there and act out and dump a bowl of mints into my bag because I have an attitude because I went to Ruth Chris and spent $300. Please make something like that to give people like me some sort of relief.
Hey, I understand his brother's sentiment. I do. But I think most people know that we all don't act the same. So it's just about the way you carry yourself. You walk into an establishment, you hope that you won't be judged based off of the behavior, of an idiot, of a buffoon, that would steal an entire bowl of mints. I personally don't even like mints like that. But, bruh, just because you spent $300 on a meal doesn't make you, entitle you to the entire mint bowl. So daggone ridiculous. These are the same people that would be frustrated and upset and saying it was racist if somebody called them out on the fact that they stole the whole daggone mint bowl. Let's call it what it is. That's thievery. That is stealing. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep going.
I'm so sick of some of our black people. Y'all so rowdy and you act like a bunch of buffoons. Some of y'all women go out with shirts that look like bras and underwear, and your shorts look like underwear, and your men, you walk around here with your pants up under your ass. No integrity. No, you're just disrespectful.
Yes, very disrespectful. I am so tired of seeing these young folks. I've seen old people too with a whole behind out. I don't understand it. I don't understand the style. There was a time, when we used to sag, you buy your jeans, they're a little loose, but having them under your butt cheeks with your entire drawers and your butt out is just outrageous. And the thing is, you see some of these women that come out here with the bonnets on, come out here with the shorts so short, they look like underwear. I don't understand that. Like, who raised you people?
Keeping the community dirty and disgusting. You're going in the airports looking like a bunch of buffoons.
With a bonnet on.
Y'all.
Yes.
Y'all make me shame that we share the same skin. I used to just advocate for us as black people. And black people like me, we got to be labeled in with y'all asses. Then you wonder why we leave communities. Why we go into multicultural communities. Because we don't want our children mimicking y'all.
Yeah. A lot of reason why they moved back to Atlanta. A lot of reason why my preference is a diverse community. The community I live in today is that. The community I moved from out in Maryland was that, for the same reason that she just expounded upon, is the fact that I wanted my children to go to school and live in a community around everybody, a hodgepodge of people, not just what would be quote unquote considered black. Even my grandma said, she was like on the phone whispering to me. I hate to say this, but I don't necessarily like to live around, a whole lot of black people. My grandma said that. I'm like, what do you mean? And she started explaining it. And I was like, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand. Now, I do know that there are places that isn't like that. And there's a plethora of black people that are doing the right things. They're doing very well for themselves, so forth and so on. But we can't continue to cape for that small percentage that don't know how to act when they go out. We got to stop it. We got to call it out. Just like everybody else, we got to call out the debauchery in our own community. You got to. Because if not, you will get included with these people. And Lord knows we don't want that. Let's keep going.
If you're a Black American, I need you to stay right here. We need to have a talk. It comes to a point where supporting and defending your community just it becomes so exhausting that you feel this frustration, and you start to understand why people have the Black fatigue that they talk about. The Houston Rodeo, a family event. You have people there fighting, stealing, acting like menace to society, lawlessness, at an event that's supposed to be a fun, family-oriented event. You have Ruth Chris now saying, hey, we don't want to do this, but you guys are forcing our hand. We're going to have to enforce a dress code policy because how you guys are coming in here with your pants sagging, looking sloppy, all of these things, we just cannot allow. So then you sit back and you wonder why other races will say, we have Black fatigue. Guess what? I'm Black and I have Black fatigue. I am tired of the wrong type of people in our community, because let me preface this is not all Black people. This is not. You have people over here making life miserable for other fellow Americans because you have no manners, you have no standards, you have no morals. I don't care how you were brought up. If you were raised in the hood, if you were raised in a suburb, I don't care. Having character and manners will always take you far.
Yes.
So no, I don't blame people when they say, no, we don't want your kind over here. I'm hesitant. I don't blame them. I do not. Because if anything, what it shows is that you cannot call a pattern of facts racism and stereotype.
Wow. There's a lot of people coming out here. You've seen the opening clip where the brother came out and was just like, yo, what are we doing? And I'm glad that you have people starting to call it out now. Because for a long time, they would just let things slide and just say, oh, many Black, we can't say anything about it. And you definitely can't say anything about it in front of quote unquote white people. You would hear that all the time. You can't talk like that. White people are listening. It's just like, yo, stop it. We need to call it out, and we need to stop affirming bad behavior. And someone that behaves in that manner doesn't mean that it is Black. It's not Black behavior. And it doesn't mean that, we are all like that, because we're not. Most of us are no different than everybody else. We're just Americans trying to get it, trying to, live our best lives, raise our families, provide for our families, so forth and so on. Most. You do have a small subset of people that just don't know how to act and behave. And when we see it, you got to be willing to call it out. And shame, we need to bring shame back. We got to bring it back and let people know that we won't tolerate this behavior. And if you do act like this, we're going to call it out, and we definitely don't want to be around it. Simple as that.
Listen to me first. What would happen if white folks was to turn around and say, okay, Black people, we are racist. Everything you say about us, we are what you say.
God is no longer to be here. In honor of his legacy. We're not rioting, God. We're not shaming anyone.
What we're going to do is we're going to let you have all these urban cities. You're going to have to govern them. You're going to have to take care of the infrastructure. You would have to take care of everything in that city. And this is your reparation. We're going to give you the whole city. That means like New Orleans. That's like Memphis. We will give you Baltimore. We'll give you Chicago. We will give you Los Angeles. We will give you Houston, Texas. And these cities here, we're going to give to you. Now, all white people or all other races is going to move out that city, and you is the one that's going to have to take care of that city, what do you think is going to happen? What you think is going to happen? It's going to get it's going to be trash all over the city. It's going to be riots and stealing out of stores.
Oh shit!
Nobody is going to open up any kind of restaurant or any kind of department store because the criminals are going to go in there and steal everything out of there. Don't matter if black owned, they're going to steal out of it. And when they give you these cities, you can't come to no white cities where white people are going to be moving at.
Amsterdam, Berlin, Paris, and all the other cities in Europe. Look at them. And East Asia, Tokyo, Shanghai, Taipei, Seoul, Hong Kong. Look at them.
I mean, you have to stay in those cities. Now, you can go visit and go on vacation to a nice, clean city where white people are going to be staying at, but the majority of you Negroes are going to destroy the city that these white folks give to you. Just like in Africa.
Douala, Lagos, Abidjan, Dakar, Luanda, Kinshasa, Ouagadougou, Nairobi. Just keep going. All of them similar.
See, you people keep talking about white folks get on your nerves. White folks are getting on your nerves about all kinds of stuff. Okay. But when they leave, you're going to be calling out racism because they left you a whole city to live in. Because not one of you Negroes that are going to be living in those cities are going to do anything productive to make it better. Who's going to be working at the power plant? Tyrone? Who's going to be the one that's going to be picking up the garbage? Because remember, you Negroes are too good to get out there and pick up garbage. Who's going to be farming the ground and getting the potatoes and lettuce and all kinds of vegetables and fruit and getting it to the market? Now, one of you Negroes going to do that. And let's just keep this in mind too, Negro. A storm comes and hit your city. Who is going to go out there and rescue the people? Who are going to go out there in their boats and stuff and evacuate the city to get the people out of it? Let's go back to New Orleans during Katrina. Black people was in a city by themselves, and no one came to help them besides white people in boats. You black people died. Let's say this again. You black people in New Orleans died because no one came to help you. The government didn't come help you, and you didn't help yourselves. And a lot of black people died during Katrina. And just let me just say this right here. You black people are not made like the old black people back in the yesterdays. And I know one of y'all are going to say, oh, it's a black city that's in Mississippi called Mount Bayou. It's a black-owned city. Yes, it was, but again, it was done by black people who had morals about themselves. Black people today do not have morals no more. We have nothing but Shaniquas. We have nothing but Bubbles, Leroy, Skillets, and Ham Bone. Majority of the black race is ignorant. Let's say it one more time. The majority of the black race is ignorant. Now, let me just tell you this right here. If right now the cities and stuff was to be turned over to black people right now, who's going to run these things I said? The power plant. Who's going to form? Who's going to be the one that's going to be over the government? Who is the one that's going to have to get their hands dirty and go into the sewage and fix the pipes and everything? That's all I'm asking. Who is going to do these jobs? Who's going to be the policeman? Because you know if you become a policeman, black people are going to rag you and call you a coon. Who's going to be doing all these different jobs to run a city? I'm telling you, a city is not easy to be ran. So we're going to have all these 16% of black people doing these physical jobs. And be honest with you, half the Negroes in the black community is not going to want to do it. Now, what will our cities be good as? Baseball players, basketball players, football players, strippers, dancers, singers. That's it. Be honest with you. I don't understand how you Negroes can live in the most wonderful country that everybody beat down the door to get into, but you want to sit there and fight with somebody in your own house. Because America is your house with other people. And you want to fight and scream about being treated unfair. If you want your own, why don't you build your own cities? Why don't you go and get away from white folks? Besides them giving you a city, why don't you just go start you a city somewhere? It's a city right now, like I said, in Mount Bayou. It's a black-owned city. Why don't y'all go and start building these cities in these countries? Start building cities in these country towns. That's all you got to do is take your resources. Since you, like I said, you can run a city, and I know it's going to be some black people going to say, oh, we can do it ourselves. If you can do it yourself, why don't you start your own city? It's very easy. The Muslims are doing it. The Muslims are doing it. The Somalis are doing it. Everybody is building their own community except you. You want to complain to white people and get on their nerves like mosquitoes and cry.
I can't say that I agree with everything, but I understand his sentiment and I understand exactly where he's coming from. And to an extent, you know, there's a lot of truth there. There's a lot of truth there. And there's been other people that have said similar things. Goodness gracious, man, I tell you, man, sometimes, man, the truth will cut you coming and going, man. It's sharper than a double-edged sword. Wow. I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. Join us Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.